Localization news you can use. Your daily dose of localization know-how for July 23rd, 2025. Welcome to Localization News You Can Use, your daily dose of localization know-how for July 23rd, 2025. In today's roundup, we are tracking significant movements in AI, from major funding rounds and IPO ambitions to new government-backed benchmarks and groundbreaking model capabilities. We'll also cover key industry reports on AI adoption, new leadership appointments, platform partnerships, and the evolving standards that shape our work. Starting with investment and corporate news, the AI transcription startup Notta has successfully raised $6.3 million in a recent funding round. The company is channeling these funds into an aggressive expansion into the United States market. A key part of its strategy involves launching a standalone hardware device, the Memo AI voice recorder, which integrates with its broader SaaS transcription and summarization platform. This dual hardware-software model aims to create a low-friction entry point for users and drive subscription growth. In other financial news, there is considerable activity around MiniMax, a China-based AI provider focused on multilingual foundation models. The company is reportedly pursuing a significant initial public offering in Hong Kong, with the goal of raising $500 million. This move signals strong investor confidence in the potential of multilingual AI technologies on the global stage. Turning to the major technology players, Google has been unpacking the advanced multilingual audio and video capabilities of its new Gemini 2.5 model. The latest updates showcase native audio features that make AI conversations feel more natural. Gemini 2.5 can now generate speech that captures nuances like tone, pace, and accent, and it can seamlessly switch between 24 different languages. It's also capable of understanding streaming audio and video, allowing for live conversations about on-screen content, a development with clear implications for media localization and real-time interpreting applications. Meanwhile, a new initiative backed by the German government and the German Research Center for Artificial Intelligence, or DFKI, is bringing more transparency to model performance. They have launched an AI language proficiency monitor, a public benchmark that tracks the performance of large language models across 200 languages. With a strong focus on low-resource languages, the dashboard aims to help researchers, developers, and policymakers identify performance gaps and guide investment in more equitable language technologies. On the topic of AI adoption, a new report from RWS highlights a sense of cautious hesitation within the intellectual property sector. The study, which surveyed global IP professionals, found that while 80% are feeling pressure to boost revenue and cut costs, many are not yet leveraging AI. The primary barriers to adoption are concerns around accuracy and reliability, cited by 79% of respondents, followed by security and data protection concerns from 62% of those surveyed. This suggests that for high-stakes content, trust remains a critical factor. In platform developments, Crowdin is highlighting how global brands are achieving localization at scale using its AI-powered platform. The focus is on integrating localization from the very beginning of the product development cycle, a concept known as localization by design. By involving localization experts in initial planning meetings and leveraging AI for tasks like file handling and translation of lower-risk content, companies are able to speed up time to market and reduce the technical debt often associated with retrofitting localization. Staying on the theme of AI's practical application, Lionbridge is addressing the nuanced role of AI in healthcare interpreting. The company advocates for a balanced approach, suggesting that while AI is suitable for routine administrative scenarios like discussing billing, its average 90% accuracy rate leaves a 10% margin of error that is too high for sensitive clinical situations. For critical medical communications, Lionbridge emphasizes that professional human interpreters remain essential to ensure patient safety, compliance with regulations, and the necessary human connection. In news from the media localization space, a popular Spanish-language podcast is getting a global relaunch. The show En Sincronía, hosted by Damian Santilli, Blanca Arias Bardia, and Guillermo Para Lopez, is partnering with Oona. It will be rebranded as In Sync, the Oona podcast, and will switch from Spanish to English to reach a broader international audience, continuing its mission to bridge the gap between academia and the media localization industry. There's also a significant leadership move to report. TOPPAN Digital Language has appointed Alexandru Matusescu as its new director of product. Matusescu joins from XTRF and will now lead the product strategy for TOPPAN's next-generation language technology platform, Stream AI, focusing on leveraging AI to create more agile and scalable solutions. In standards and publications, language service provider Del Sur announced it has achieved dual certification for both ISO 17000 for translation services and ISO 18587 for the post-editing of machine translation output. This move reinforces the growing importance of standardized quality benchmarks for both human and AI-augmented workflows. Additionally, The Linguist magazine, published by Day Translations, has launched its 7th edition. This issue explores the intersection of language and culture, with features on Lisbon's modern multilingualism, adaptive AI in translation workflows, and the precision required in high-risk regulated industries. And for those focused on the foundational elements of our digital world, the Unicode Consortium has announced its 2025 Unicode Technology Workshop. The in-person event will be held at Microsoft's Silicon Valley campus in November and will feature seminars and discussions on internationalization libraries, locale data frameworks, and localization pipelines. Finally, a couple of notes from industry thinkers. Stefan Huyge's commentary on the industry's shift away from traditional source-to-target translation towards sourceless AI-native content continues to spark discussion about the future role of LSPs. And in a more optimistic vein, Yoav Ziv, CEO of Blend, continues to champion a positive outlook on the evolution of the localization industry. This perspective is bolstered by ongoing research from CSA Research, which reminds us of the commercial impact of language, with their data showing 40% of consumers will not buy in other languages, and 73% want product reviews in their native tongue. For those looking to deepen their academic foundations, the University of Geneva is offering a course on research methods in translation and interpreting studies. Thank you for listening to this episode of Localization News You Can Use, your daily dose of localization know-how.